And if there was a plant that could help you strengthen your bones and regenerate your collagen? One that grows by itself? Without a laboratory? Without you having to spend a fortune? I have a question you probably never asked yourself. When was the last time you actually read the label on the back of a cream or supplement? Did you really look at what it says? Because if you do, you notice something strange. They say collagen. They say silica. They say strengthens bones. But the number one ingredient isn't that. It's a filler. It's an emulsifier. It's a preservative you've never heard of. And the ingredient that actually works, it's in position 6 or 7. Such a small amount that you ask yourself, why? But here's what's interesting. That ingredient in position 6, it's real. It's not invented. It comes from plants. And those plants, they grow by themselves. No laboratory. No expensive machines. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 of those plants. The ones that really transform your bones and your skin. Not the ones that promise to do it from an $80 bottle. The real ones. Because look, if you spend all day sitting, at the office, at home, driving, your bones are asking for something specific right now. And if you spend all day in front of a screen, your skin is too. It's not vanity. It's biology. The collagen in your skin degrades. The density of your bones drops. It's automatic, unless you do something about it. And that something turns out to be cheaper and more real than what the industry sells you. So get comfortable, because in the next 18 minutes we're going to talk about these 5 plants. We're going to see exactly what they do, why they work. And yes, we're also going to talk about how, if you're really interested, you could make a little money with this. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe. Give this a like if you're interested. And comment below what matters most to you about your skin or your bones, because that's what's most valuable to us. Your feedback is what tells us what to focus on. Let's go. Most people think aging happens because time passes. That's not how it works. Inside your cells right now, something is breaking down. Your skin is losing its structure. Your bones are losing their mineral matrix. There's a trace mineral that your body absolutely needs to manufacture collagen in the first place. If you don't have it, your body can't produce collagen no matter how many supplements you take. It's like trying to build a house without cement. You can have all the bricks you want. Without cement, they don't stick together. That mineral is called silica. Most people have never heard of it. And that's the entire reason we're here today. Because silica is what your bones need to use the calcium you're consuming. It's what your skin needs to actually produce collagen instead of just losing it. And the supplement industry, they know this. But they don't want you to know it. Because if you knew about silica, you wouldn't need to buy their $50 a month collagen peptides. You wouldn't need their $80 anti-aging creams. You just grow these plants. Or buy them for $15. So let me introduce you to the first one. Horsetail is a fern. It's been on this planet since dinosaurs walked the earth. Fossil records go back that far. But here's what's interesting. It's classified as a weed. A pest. Farmers spray it with herbicides. Agricultural departments try to eradicate it. It's considered invasive. And yet, Romans used it to heal wounds. Greeks used it for bone strength. It's been in traditional medicine for literally thousands of years. Why would they use something that doesn't work? Here's the thing. Horsetail is approximately 5 to 8% silica by weight. When you consume horsetail, you're consuming the exact mineral your body uses to build the collagen scaffold that supports your bones, your skin, your entire connective tissue structure. Without silica, calcium doesn't stick to bone properly. It just passes through your body. You're literally flushing money down the toilet if you're taking calcium supplements without silica. But with silica from horsetail, something shifts. Your body can actually utilize the minerals it needs. Here's specifically what horsetail does. For your bones, silica enhances collagen synthesis. It's the glue that holds bone together. There was a study from the University of California that showed bones with adequate silica contain twice the collagen of bones deficient in silica. Twice. Not 10% more. Literally double. If you're over 45 and you've noticed your bones don't feel as strong, or your joints hurt in ways they didn't before, this is what's missing. For your skin, Silica activates the enzymes that produce collagen and elastin. It's what keeps your skin from having that hollow, sunken look that starts happening around 40 or 45 when collagen production just stops. You know that look? When the skin under your cheekbones starts to sink. That's what happens when silica is low. For your hair, nails, connective tissue, it's the mineral that gives structure to everything that's supposed to be strong. When your silica is low, your hair thins. Your nails become brittle. Your joints get stiff. Now here's where it gets interesting from a cost perspective. The supplement industry extracts Horsetail. They concentrate the silica. They dry it. They powder it. They put it in a capsule. And they sell it for $15 to $30 a bottle. Sometimes it's called Florasil. Sometimes it's called living silica. Different names. Same plant. One bottle has maybe 60 to 90 capsules. At $30 a bottle, that's roughly $40 to $50 a month if you take it daily. $480 to $600 a year. For a weed. A weed that grows so aggressively in wild places that governments literally spend tax money trying to kill it. Now, if you want to do this properly, you can buy dried horsetail online for $15 to $30 per year's supply. Or you can forage it yourself if you live somewhere it grows, which is basically everywhere. The preparation is simple: 1 ounce of dried horsetail in 1 quart of hot water. Let it steep overnight. That's one batch. One batch lasts about a week if you're drinking a cup a day. Cost per batch, about 25 cents if you bought the horsetail online. Compare that to $480 a year for the supplement version of the exact same plant. That's not an exaggeration. I'm talking about the literal same compound in your body either way. Your skin doesn't know if the silica came from a fancy bottle or from horsetail you brewed yourself. Your bones don't care where it came from. They just care that you're providing what they need. This is why horsetail isn't talked about. Not because it doesn't work. It's because if it became common knowledge, an entire multi-billion-dollar segment of the supplement industry would collapse. But there's something even more concentrated than horsetail. And that's the next one. Bamboo is different than horsetail. Horsetail is free and aggressive and grows everywhere. Bamboo requires more intention, but the silica content is 10 times higher. We're talking 70% silica by weight in bamboo extract. That's versus 5 to 8% in horsetail. So if you want the most concentrated, most bioavailable source of silica you can find in the plant kingdom, bamboo is it. And the supplement industry knows this. They've made it their secret weapon for premium anti-aging formulas. When you see high-end collagen boosters and beauty supplements, the ones costing $60 to $100 a bottle, 9 times out of 10, bamboo silica extract is the main active ingredient. Brands market it as if they invented something special. They put it in sleek bottles. They use words like clinically proven and superior bioavailability. And people buy it because they don't know that bamboo is just bamboo. It's a grass that grows in Asia. That's it. You can grow bamboo in a pot. In many climates you can grow it outdoors. The plants are incredibly hardy and fast-growing. Now, extracting silica from bamboo at home isn't as simple as making horsetail tea. You'd need to do some processing. But here's the thing. If you're going to buy a silica supplement anyway, you can just buy bamboo powder. Not bamboo extract with patented bioavailability enhancement. Just powder. A pound of bamboo powder, which would last you months, costs maybe $15 to $25. That same amount of silica in a premium supplement brand costs $60 to $100. And functionally, it's identical. Your body doesn't know the difference between silica from a fancy bottle and silica from powder you mix into water. So why does one cost 5 times more? Marketing. Packaging. The assumption that expensive equals better. The supplement industry has built an empire on that assumption. But here's what matters. Whether it's horsetail tea for pennies or bamboo powder from Amazon, you're getting the same mineral your body needs to maintain the collagen that keeps you from falling apart. And that's before we get to the other 3 plants that do completely different things. So here's what we've established. Horsetail and bamboo both provide silica. That's the foundation. That's the structure. But there's another problem your skin faces. Even if you have enough silica to build collagen, something else is actively destroying it. And that's what we're going to talk about after this. Let me ask you something. Have you ever actually sat down and compared what's on the label versus what's in the formula? I mean really compared. Because there's a game that happens in the supplement and skincare industry that almost nobody notices. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's how it works. A company wants to sell you an anti-aging cream. They know what actually works. Silica, collagen-supporting compounds, antioxidants from plants. So they extract these things from plants. That part is real. But then they dilute it. They add fillers. They add emulsifiers to make it spread. They add preservatives so it doesn't go bad. And they add water. A lot of water. So a $60 cream might have $2 of actual active ingredients and $58 of everything else. But here's the trick. They list the ingredients in order of concentration. So what's the first ingredient in most creams? Water. Sometimes labeled as aqua. What's in position 2, 3, 4? Fillers and emulsifiers. What's in position 6, 7, 8? The stuff that actually does something. They legally have to put it in there if they're going to claim it works. But by burying it in the list, they use the minimum amount that allows them to make the claim. Minimum. Not optimal. Minimum. So you're paying for water and preservatives with just enough of the active ingredient to say collagen on the label. And most people never notice. They see collagen on the front of the bottle and assume collagen is the main thing. It's not. It's in there somewhere. But it's not the main thing. The horsetail or bamboo silica they're using, the thing that actually supports collagen production, is in tiny amounts. Because if they put the optimal amount, the cost to them goes up by maybe $10. And they can't raise the price to $70 because that looks too expensive. So they bury it. They minimize it. They list 5 other ingredients before it. This isn't illegal. It's just how the business works. Now, some companies do this more aggressively than others. But basically every skincare company does this to some degree. And every supplement company does this to some degree. Because the math doesn't work if they give you what you actually need. They make money on volume and perception, not on efficacy. Think about it. If a silica supplement actually worked optimally, you'd need less of it. You'd buy fewer bottles per year. But if it barely works, you keep buying, hoping that maybe the next bottle will be better. Some of you have probably done this without realizing it. You buy a supplement. You take it for a month. You don't see results. So you try a different brand. That's not because supplements don't work. It's because you're getting minimal doses of good ingredients buried in fillers. And the companies know this. They count on you not reading the label. They count on you not understanding the order of ingredients. They count on you seeing collagen or silica on the front and assuming that's the main ingredient. It's not. And that's the entire business model. Here's what I want you to understand about pricing. The collagen supplement industry is worth roughly $6 billion globally. $6 billion. Now, people aren't paying for collagen because collagen itself is expensive to make. They're paying for the marketing, for the bottle, for the brand, for the idea that it's a miracle compound. But your body doesn't care about any of that. Your body just needs the raw materials to function. And here's the thing nobody tells you. Your body can't turn collagen into collagen without silica. That's just how biology works. Collagen is the structure. Silica is what activates your body to make that structure. Without silica, collagen supplementation is it's like taking a brick to build a house without mortar. The brick is useless without the mortar. But the collagen industry makes $6 billion a year selling you bricks. While the companies selling the mortar, the silica, make a fraction of that. But because silica is a plant, it's cheap, it's abundant, there's no mystery to it. You can't create artificial scarcity around silica the way you can around a branded supplement. You can't charge $80 a bottle for something that grows like a weed. So the industry doesn't push silica. Instead, they push collagen. They fund research that talks about how important collagen is. They sponsor dermatologists who recommend collagen products. They pay influencers to promote collagen peptides. And they don't mention silica at all. Because if people knew they needed silica more than collagen, the math changes completely. Instead of spending $600 a year on collagen, you'd spend $30 on silica. And the industry loses $570 per person per year. Multiply that by millions of people. That's where the silence comes from. It's not a conspiracy. It's just economics. The companies with the most money get to define the narrative. And they've defined it around collagen, not silica. But now you know. And that changes everything. Because now we can talk about the other plants that do things collagen can't do. So we've established, your body needs silica to build collagen. Silica is cheap. It grows everywhere. It's in plants. The industry doesn't want you to know about it because they can't make $6 billion from it. But there's a second layer to this. Even if you have silica and you're building collagen, something else is destroying it. Every day, UV light is breaking down your collagen. Environmental stress is oxidizing it. Free radicals are damaging your skin cells. Your collagen is under constant attack. And most people just accept that as part of aging. It's natural, they say. Your skin gets worse as you get older. That's just how it is. It's not just how it is. It's how it is when you're not protecting what you have. And that's where the other plants come in. Because there are plants that don't just build collagen. They protect collagen. They defend it against the things that destroy it. And there are plants that repair collagen that's already been damaged. And there are plants that provide the complete mineral profile your bones need to stay strong. That's what the next section is about. The full spectrum. Not just building, protecting, repairing, and strengthening. Because your body doesn't work in silos. Everything connects. And when you understand that, everything changes. We've talked about building structure. That's silica. That's horsetail and bamboo. But here's what most people don't understand. Even if you build collagen, it's being attacked. Every single day. UV light, pollution, oxidative stress from sugar and processed food, environmental chemicals. All of these things break down collagen. Your body has a system to repair collagen breakdown. But that system gets overwhelmed. Especially as you age. White tea stops that breakdown process. It contains a compound called EGCG. That's epigallocatechin gallate. It's a type of catechin, a polyphenol. What it does is inhibit the enzymes that break down collagen and elastin. Specifically, it blocks MP1 and MP3. These are the enzymes your body uses to remodel collagen. Too much MMP activity, and your collagen degrades faster than you can rebuild it. White tea slows that process down. It's like putting a brake on the breakdown. Research shows that white tea extract can suppress skin damage and aging caused by UV light. It helps prevent the enzyme activity that breaks down collagen, contributing to lines and wrinkles. Now, the beauty industry knows this. White tea extract is in premium skincare products. $200 face creams. Anti-aging serums. The good stuff. But you can just drink white tea. Or make a strong infusion and apply it topically. The cost is maybe 50 cents per cup. You can also grow Camellia sinensis if your climate allows it. It's a plant. It grows in pots. It produces leaves indefinitely. Many people with the right climate don't realize they can actually cultivate their own tea plant at home. So you've got horsetail and bamboo for structure. Now you've got white tea for protection. That's silica and antioxidants. That's the foundation and the defense. But there's more. Rosemary is probably something you know as an herb for cooking. But rosemary leaves contain something specific, carnosic acid. Carnosic acid does multiple things. It's a powerful antioxidant. It's anti-inflammatory. And it inhibits the same matrix metalloproteinases we mentioned earlier, the enzymes that degrade collagen. But here's what's fascinating. Recent research from Yale's medical school shows that carnosic acid activates a specific receptor in your skin, TRPA1. That activation promotes scarless wound healing and tissue regeneration. In other words, it doesn't just protect collagen. It helps your body actively repair damaged skin. Studies have shown that rosemary extract accelerates wound healing and mitigates fibrosis in skin. It promotes new tissue generation instead of just scarring. Rosemary grows aggressively in Mediterranean climates. In cooler climates, you grow it in a pot. It's one of the hardiest herbs you can cultivate. You can neglect it for weeks and it'll still thrive. The leaves are potent year-round. You can steep rosemary leaves in water for tea. You can infuse them in oil for topical application. You can cook with them. One rosemary plant produces for years. Cost: a rosemary plant is maybe $5 to $10 at a nursery. Once it's established, it's free forever. Compare that to $50 anti-aging creams with rosemary extract listed as the 7th ingredient. You're paying $50 for a product where maybe 25 cents worth of rosemary is in there. This is the pattern you'll start noticing. The supplement and skincare industries extract one active compound from a cheap plant, dilute it, mix it with fillers and preservatives, package it in expensive bottles, and mark it up 200 to 400%. Everyone wins except the consumer, but now you see it, and that changes your choices. The last one is the most comprehensive. Stinging nettle is a weed that grows everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Backyards, ditches, roadsides. Farmers consider it a pest. Governments would love to eradicate it, but nutritionally, nettle is remarkable. It contains calcium, magnesium, silica, boron, iron, vitamin K, vitamin C, sulfur, basically every mineral your bones and skin need to function. An herbalist named Susan Weed, she's well known in the herbal medicine community, calls nettle the densest nutrition found in any plant. Not even blue-green algae has this concentration. Nettle is not just for bones. The silica in nettle strengthens hair and nails. The sulfur content helps with skin elasticity. The minerals support bone density. The vitamin K helps your body activate osteocalcin, the protein that binds calcium into your bones. One plant does almost everything. Now, nettle has a sting when it's fresh. That sting comes from formic acid and histamines. But as soon as you dry it or boil it, the sting disappears. So you harvest it with gloves, dry it in the sun for a few days, and now you have a medicinal herb. The traditional preparation is: take an ounce of dried nettle, pour a quart of boiling water over it, let it steep overnight, or at least 4 hours. Drink the strained liquid throughout the week. Cost: $0 if you forage it yourself. Actual cost if you buy dried nettle online: $5 to $10 for a year's supply. Now here's where it gets interesting. These 5 plants don't work in isolation. They're synergistic. Horsetail and nettle and bamboo provide silica. White tea protects collagen from breakdown. Rosemary repairs damaged skin. All of them have minerals that support bone mineralization. All of them have antioxidants that reduce aging at the cellular level. That's why traditional medicine used them together, because they weren't just addressing one problem. They were addressing the entire system. Your skin, your bones, your connective tissue, everything. So here's the thing. You don't need acres. You don't need a massive garden. You need a bucket, or a few pots. Same principle. A single 5-gallon bucket with drainage holes can grow horsetail, though it's easier to buy dried or forage. Bamboo. It grows tall, but in confined space it works. A Camellia sinensis plant. That's your white tea source. Rosemary. Nettle. If you're careful because it spreads. Or you use multiple small pots. Figures. Well-draining soil. These plants don't want to be waterlogged. Sunlight. At least 4 to 6 hours daily. More for rosemary. Basic watering every few days. For about $30 to $50 in initial investment, you can grow a year's supply of everything these plants provide. That single bucket will produce more silica than $1,000 of supplements, more protective compounds than $500 of skincare, more minerals than $400 of bone health products. And every year after, it costs you basically nothing. Water, sunlight, that's it. Most people will never do this. They'll keep buying supplements. They'll keep buying creams. They'll keep believing that expensive equals effective. But you now know, these plants exist, they work, and they're available to you right now. The only reason you didn't know about them before this video is because nobody profits when you grow your own medicine. So the narrative stays on expensive supplements, on branded creams, on the idea that aging is something you can only fight by spending money. But this is a different approach. This is the approach your grandmother probably took. This is the approach every traditional medicine system used. Grow the plants. Use them. Stay healthy. And the reason these plants work is because they're not synthetic. They're not isolated to a single compound. They contain the entire plant matrix. All the cofactors. All the supporting compounds. Your body recognizes plant compounds. It knows what to do with them. So yes, you can spend $1,500 a year on supplements. You can spend $2,000 on skincare. You can spend another $1,000 on bone health products. And you might see results. Or you can spend $50 total on seeds and soil, grow 5 plants, and get better results for 98% less money. The choice is actually that simple. Your skin doesn't know if the silica came from a $50 supplement or a plant you grew yourself. Your bones don't care where the minerals came from. They just care that you're providing what they need. So if you want to try this, and I think you should, start with horsetail or nettle. They're the most forgiving. They practically grow themselves. And then tell me in the comments what happens. What you notice in your skin, your energy, your joints. Because I'm genuinely curious what happens when people take their health into their own hands instead of trusting the supplement industry to do it for them. This is where I end this video. But it's where your journey starts. Plant something. Cultivate it. And let me know what changes.